podcast, but I have an idea for something we could talk about on here that you'll probably want to get to later, I bet.
What?
The WW84 thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Dude.
You already have something in there, right?
Well, we can talk about it right now. You want?
Yeah, because we're going to do it on my podcast, too, and it'll be a spoilers version also, so we'll get 2 different versions of the same thing, and I'm sure we'll say the same thing.
So
we already talked about it a little bit.
So, I guess, what happened with that? Like, what were they trying to do with that?
So, all right, let's just not try to go in order, because that never serves us good.
Okay.
Let's just start off with how hokey, what's a good word, like hokey pokey the beginning was with the saving scenes and the corny
the
music.
80s vibe. Yeah, super 80s.
But hold on, let's not shit all over the 80s. Let's just say they took certain elements and then they said, oh, cringe level maximum. It was very strange, dude.
And they kind of contradicted themselves because didn't in Superman versus Batman or something like that when she appeared, and she's like, I haven't worn my Wonder Woman suit in 100 years or some shit, and there she is in the 80s. I saw something where somebody reviewed it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then she's strutting around in her Wonder Woman suit.
Yeah, dude. But all in all, that movie, everybody's like, I like it better than the first, and I don't know a way to say a bigger fuck you to the first movie than to say that, because the first movie I can watch.
Right.
I'll never watch 84 again. Dude. Ever. That movie was terribleness. At least if you're gonna be oh, start to finish it was garbage, really? No, I would say 65% of that movie was ass.
Yeah. I didn't I think they kind of had the Spider-Man 3 effect where they had too many things bouncing around. It had Wonder Woman's
Spider-Man 3 effect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good wording, yeah.
It had Wonder Woman's emotions with her own conflicts. It had Kristen Wiig's conflicts or Cheetah's conflicts, and then that whatever the shady salesman conflict. They all had their own things going on, and they were trying to mix. It was too much juggling, I would say.
There was so much unnecessariness in that movie that we could have done without. Dude, I love that main character, the villain, Maxwell, whatever.
Yeah,
you know who he is?
Yeah.
Who that actor is?
He's from, I don't know, but I just know because my family watches the Star Wars one on
Mandalorian. Yeah, he's the Mandalorian. Yeah. And he's an amazing actor.
That's what they were saying. That's all they were saying.
Holy
oh my
shit.
God.
He
They're
really
all
is.
making jokes. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, because if you watch the Mandalorian, anytime you've even, there's only been 3 times you see his face, or 2 times in both seasons. So all together, you only see it once or twice or something. He does not look like that.
No.
Nah, dog. Nah, dude. It was crazy when I didn't know.
Yeah.
Until after I watched it, and I was like, wait, is that the Mandalorian? And I fucking realized it was. But, that movie was a lot like our review, just all over the place with just hokey pokey, cliche, cringy stuff that was what the fuck is going on? What do you... what's the point of this story? And then, hold on. How confused were you about the story of Chris Pine and Chris Pine's character coming back, and it was and then all of a sudden Cheetah had powers, and was kicking the shit out of Wonder Woman, and we're like, wait, she's Wonder Woman's part God.
Yeah, for real.
What the fuck is going on here?
It's funny because the person I watch, I think he's called the Drunk Critic or something like that. He's a funny guy to watch, but he definitely has a persona. But he was like, what the fuck? This is the woman that fucking is able to take a headbutt from Superman, and she's over here getting smacked around by a little pussy or some shit.
Bro. And then, oh, dude, I was so confused about so much of that movie. But it's crazy. What I'm really confused about is how so many people liked it, and Warner Brothers greenlit a 3rd movie right away. I was like...
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
It's halfway. It's for me, it was probably a 5 out of 10. But...
That's being generous.
Yeah.
No, well, don't get me wrong, though. It had dope parts.
It did.
Yeah, she basically... We're spoilers, right? We said basically?
Yeah, spoilers.
Dude, when she learns to fly.
Yeah.
fly. Like that scene was
It was
pretty cool. Like, but
it
not
kinda
great.
It kind of defeated the whole invisible jet purpose too. That was just like, okay, what was the point of that? So you can make things invisible now.
Dude, all I know, dude, is the Family Guy episode of her shitting on the plane. That's all I can think about.
You didn't wash your hands.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh man, it's the invisible jet and she's pooing.
That's actually a great. That's when Family Guy was at its best.
Yeah, at its best. Yeah. Did you like how Cheetah looked?
So I think Cheetah looked alright. It looked kind of funky. The CG was kind of funky.
And more than just Cheetah too. Let's be like.
I have a big problem with them casting Kristen Wiig too as Cheetah.
You don't like her?
No, okay. So I talked about this with Keith a little bit about Cheetah or like Kristen Wiig in general, but I just feel like she's so that same persona. You know what I mean? Like she's always that shy, ugly, like nobody likes me girl.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I
she's the hot chick.
I wonder if her acting is that bad, or if she's typecasted.
She could be a bit. I mean, she was good in MacGruber. She was good in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, Bridesmaids. I like her in that.
I haven't seen anything honestly recently with her in it.
I can't name names with her off of the bat. Just like you name more than I could. I just know Bridesmaids, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure.
She was funny in that. That movie was funny.
Oh, that whole movie is funny. That's a good movie.
That's how you make a movie without trying to be woke.
Yo, for real, dude. Yo, I like. Okay, so like on that subject of woke with Wonder Woman, there was a lot of things in there that there were funny things too. There were some funny parts, but like my example of like when I asked how you thought Cheetah looked, and I was like, oh, she's not the only bad CGI in that movie. Yo, at first when she was lassoing the Thunderbolts, I was like, this shit's got me fucked up. I was like, it wasn't until she started to look like she was flying that I was like, that's cool. But like, I didn't like the Thunderbolt lassoing with the lasso.
Yeah, there's a lot of unexplained things of how like what happened, and then a lot of things are just kind of left.
Yeah, dude, and Maxwell's powers still are like ridiculous. Yeah, like, and I don't know. So much.
One of the things is like, how would half the world know what he's saying?
I just didn't get what my thing was. That technology, right? Why did he stand up in the light and then all of a sudden he could hear everybody?
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I was like,
your wish is granted.
Yeah, he just was yelling it. Your wish is my command. And and I'll take this and this. And I was like, what?
For your youth and like vitality or some shit.
Oh my. Oh, it was partially like heroic. It was just terrible.
And,
a lot of
and
parts.
then the wishes, some of those wishes was kind of like the Thanos thing, where it's like, well, why don't you just double everything's resources? Where it's like, well, instead of wishing for more nukes than them, why don't you just wish away their nukes?
Yeah.
Or just have nobody have nukes at all.
I just don't understand why. Like at one point, Wonder Woman was like, "I wish for all this to be undone."
Oh yeah,
that was like, and he would be
I
like,
repent my wish. Or some shit.
Yeah, like she had once. Yeah, instead at one point she goes, "I withdraw my wish."
Yeah,
or some shit, whatever she said. Like yeah.
So fucking yeah. So what do you think they're going to be doing with the franchise? Because we still have to wait for the Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Which I'm not as excited about as I originally was, but nevertheless, I think that their plan for Wonder Woman 3 is going to be what Captain America Civil War did, where they are going to bring in a couple heroes now.
Probably.
Because I think that's the only thing the Wonder Woman series hasn't done is bring in other real, like, big DC heroes.
Well, they kind of put everything on halt, too, with, like, Aquaman and Flash. Like, they can't do anything with them because they're trying to do this Justice League thing, and they're kind of just like, oh, well, let's do this first, it kind of feels like.
Dude, the Wonder Woman stuff is...
I thought that was going to do something a little different, honestly.
I wasn't a fan of the first one until I watched it, like, I think I watched it twice, and the second time I got to see it in really, like, good quality, and I was like, yo, she killed it. Like, she's Wonder Woman now. Like, I want to see more of her.
You also got to keep in mind, this movie was delayed 2 years, or a year, like a full year.
I know. They got, like, what was it, 6 pushbacks for date release is
It
ridiculous,
was supposed
bro.
to be released at the end of like October of last year, and then they pushed it to like it was supposed to be the beginning of 2020, and then they pushed it before COVID. They pushed it, and then COVID happened, and then they just kept on pushing it and
That's fucking
doing
ridiculous.
retakes.
But I just think we're gonna see more heroes in Wonder Woman 3, and I think that DC may plan on sticking with HBO Max because it seems
probably their
like
best bet.
HBO Max is really fucking killing it. Like,
Yes.
yeah, dude, they're
Yes.
easily. I had taken advantage of their trial because I had never checked it out. I just know what movies they get, and I never checked it out. Not only is their app clean, like it's super easy to use. Like, I hate to be that guy, but it is so.
It is. It's really
the interface is awesome. Like, it's smooth.
very good.
And it's easy to find movies. It's simple. Like,
Yeah.
it's super simple. It doesn't overload you with a million titles.
For real.
And all the stuff they have is really pretty decent in reality, all good movies. But if they're gonna get all, if they're gonna get all if the next Wonder Woman is banking on going through HBO Max again, then they're probably gonna do pretty decent again.
I think honestly that saved them. Could you imagine? Because everybody already had HBO Max, and nobody took a risk going to drive to see the movie and paying like $10 or whatever.
Yo, for real, bro. Like,
So
I
maybe
think
that's why. Maybe that's why some of the people were cool with it, because they're like, it's cool for a free movie
yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. But you could only
for the casuals.
wait. Could you not? Could you watch it on HBO Max free? I thought they had to buy it. I thought users
We
had
didn't-
to buy it.
we didn't
You didn't
have
have
to-
to buy it.
no.
Oh, okay, you have. Okay, then you know best. Okay, I didn't because I didn't watch it that way.
It came out. I think because when it came out, like everybody, I had told them, I was like, I think Wonder Woman just came out today or like a couple days ago on Christmas. I think it came out on Christmas around that time, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
then
Yeah, it was kind of like an
people were
early
like,
Christmas.
"What? Oh yeah, like Wonder Woman's out." Like nobody remembered. So I think that's what happened. Like it came out, it was out for a couple days, and people
And
were
then
like,
people
"Oh,
surged
yeah."
on it. Yeah, I think you're right. They definitely. The results for the first day were better than we're thinking though, because it
They
got
were.
greenlit for a
Yeah.
number 3. So like, I'm curious, but I'm just saying that number 2 wasn't my favorite. Number 1 so far has been my favorite, and like,
Yeah.
it's still easy to like do a great movie at number 3. It's just I won't think of number 2 like. There was just too many cringy things.
Yeah, it was
The
just-
cheetah fight, the
which
beginning
is really
intro
short.
scene.
It was like 3 minutes.
Yeah. The beginning intro scene reminded me of what the 80s or 70s television show looked like of Wonder Woman, where it's just ridiculous.
Which, by the way, the ending. Okay, so you remember how she was like, the armor was for the
the
fucking,
gold for that girl.
the original.
yeah.
That, like sacrificed herself. Like
At the end,
Jesus
you
or
see
some
her.
Shit. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you know who that is?
That's that girl that wears the address. Oh, who the
She's-
actress is?
No, she's the original OG.
Yeah,
Wonder
that's the
Woman.
one that she in the beginning of the movie. She's telling the legend of the. I don't remember her name.
No, like from like the 70s.
Oh, that's the original Wonder Woman.
she's the original Wonder Woman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's
That's badass.
yeah,
Good trivia.
What's hilarious is I was like, I hella said that, and they were like, "No, that's not her. That's not her." My sister, my brother, like, "That's not her." And I researched it, and I was like, "It is her."
Yeah, hell
like,
yeah, good call.
It looked like her. I was like, "Damn, that looks like that fucking."
the
Because
bad bitch that used to play Wonder Woman.
because I used to get like super chubbed up to this fucking picture of her when she's the tattooed Wonder Woman.
Oh
When
yeah,
somebody made her like all tatted up. I was
yeah,
like,
you'd
oh.
spank it to that girl.
I was like, "Oh, that's my warm up picture."
It's not the finished picture, but that's the warm up for sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Every guy knows what
Hell
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
everybody does.